This is episode 4 of
Four.
The Bottomless Vault,
Here we are.
and we are back.
We are back.
My name is Andy Vaccaro, and as always, the other side of the coin, we have Jared Susney.
The other side of the Mana Clash.
Yeah, helping me out. And we are going to talk about a couple things.
Big weekend. We had a big weekend.
Big weekend for me.
Big weekend for Andy.
Big weekend for some people. Went out to the redwoods of California and played in the Urza's Chalice event run by the Beasts of the Bay.
AKA Redacted.
AKA Redacted. At this point, everybody knows.
I think everyone's known for quite some time. But,
exactly.
It's nice that they keep up that facade.
Right. I had a good time. I had a great time. I saw a lot of people I haven't seen in a while. Thanks to Delta in case they want to sponsor us, for taking me out there.
Shout out to Delta.
Shout out to Delta Airlines.
Reliable, comfortable flights. The airline of choice for
the Bottomless Vault
players. Yeah.
Until another airline says otherwise. We can be bought out.
Keep your ears peeled, Southwest.
No, but I did go out there, and I did have a good time. So I thought we'd talk about it a little bit before we delve into some other topics.
I want to hear all about what you guys did at the Cool Kids table.
Yeah, the Cool Kids table. So after you basically get out there, and it's in a location. It's not really in San Francisco. It's outside of San Francisco.
So what was the venue? It kind of looks like is it like a camp kind of?
Yeah,
thing?
it's like a camp.
Okay.
It's a camp, and we're pretty much usually the only people there. Sometimes there's other people, but we have enough people. I think there was about 70 people this year. Awesome. Which is a little more than usual, and we take up like a kind of whole building and stuff. So it's a bunch of dude sweats and hangs and fun times. So it is a camp. You got your bunk mates and stuff, and they have a nice schedule of different events.
You guys all stay in like cabins? Was like four guys per cabin, or 8, or what's the?
It's not. I mean, it's not a cabin. It's more of like a big building in the middle of the woods. So,
okay.
Think of a really bad hotel.
Okay, it's like
a
nature's dormitory.
Right.
Got it.
And that's where we kind of meet up. There is a place where we meet up just for hangs before check-in, because people are coming in from all different places. So. Hang out at a local eatery and chill out and stuff. I was one of the last people there. It was me, who else was there? Jonathan from Cincinnati, who was part of the Ebb and Hand crew.
Okay.
I forgot his last name, but apparently he's the only one who actually lives in Cincinnati. The rest of the people in the Cincinnati group just don't really live in Cincinnati. But he was there.
The Ohioan diaspora.
What was that? Yeah.
The Ohioan diaspora.
Yeah, and a couple other people. So once we gathered up our, Mano was there, Ty, and there we gathered up all our people, and then we drove out to the place, but we didn't really get to hang out before because we were one of the last people there. So
without disclosing any locations. Are you guys flying to San Francisco and then?
Yeah. San Francisco is the main thing. And
how far is it from San Fran?
About an hour.
Okay, that's not bad. I mean, driving through Northern California is always a nice treat.
Yeah. And just kind of settle in. I think one of the you guys, everybody's probably seen, they posted deck lists of their what they call Urza's anti decks, and this is a format that was, I believe, conceptualized by Jeff Liu from the Beasts of the Bay initially years ago, where they basically print proxies of Magic cards, and they make decks. They make packs. They make decks out of them and then distribute them. So you basically don't need cards. You have a sealed deck. You have like a pool. You make your deck and you play for ante.
And they're all foils, right?
No, they're not
Oh,
all
they're not?
foils actually. Yeah, the foiling only started a couple of years ago.
Okay.
But
So there's random foils included because a lot of the ones I've seen in like photos or whatever. All
yeah,
foils.
random foils. So throughout the weekend, they give away packs that
Okay.
tend to get progressively better in power level,
Okay.
and you open up, add it to your deck, or trading is encouraged. So you can trade, and it's interesting. It's interesting in terms of card values going up and down. So
Sure.
cards like dual lands or something, you would expect it to be a high premium, but lately it's not. They're pretty
Maybe
common.
maybe not until decks start getting honed a little bit more.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and you'll see cards that like rares that you won't see that much. Maybe like Eureka, or this year they had more of the modern pre-modern cards. So Necropotence was a card that obviously has a lot of value. Um,
Was it pre-modern or was it like an ice?
it was mostly old school
Ices?
with
Got
like
it.
a splattering of newer cards.
Sure.
Like I opened up like a Biorhythm. I remember I traded away.
Ooh.
I like I said, Necropotence, and it's always the same for me. Every year, it's like I open up a deck, cards or whatever. I play some games, I win some cards. I do some trading, and then I decide on a deck, but it never works out, and so I just abandon that and trade for cool stuff
Sure.
and be like whatever. So this year was the same thing. I think the first or second pack that I opened up was artifact based, and so it had almost a complete set of Urzatron lands.
Okay.
So it had like 3 towers, 3 mines, 3 power plants, and I was like, well, all right, let me do this. So the only thing I didn't take into account is that the top end on artifacts is not that great. It's not like you're gonna open up an Ugin Planeswalker or something. Like,
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you're really maxing out with like Colossus of Sardia, which still seems pretty bad.
yeah, Trike maybe. I think I saw one Trike. Obviously, that's very high.
Yeah.
One other guy was doing Tron too. I think he splashed blue, obviously for copy artifact. But I did mono brown, and that didn't really work out. So, but it was fun. I like the trading.
What a surprise! I mean, it's so good. It's so good normally. I'm surprised.
What the prize is? Oh, what a
No,
surprise! No,
I'm
yeah,
surprised.
yeah,
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 yeah.
yeah. Yeah. But the trading aspect, the new cards like your pool, is very unique to it. And shout out to Neil from the Beast of the Bay. He's the one who kind of took the reins this year and really did a incredible amount of work on curating which cards would be in the set and how much of each card and all this stuff, and printing it out and all that. Like I actually recently found out how much work he did. He sent test prints, to get printed out, make sure they come out okay. He would send test print with like colors to find out
Sure.
like what the limits of their coloring was and all that stuff. I don't know, it's beyond me, but things that I wouldn't think would happen, but just a lot of behind the scenes work that he did. And you brought up the foils. The foils is something that's new, that started a couple of years ago, and they do have foils, but they also have foils with like full art back on the back. So I got a Banalish Hero is the one that I can just think of offhand.
Well, it's the attention to detail like that really
Right.
really makes the events.
So that was good stuff. So this would be like that's to be like the Banalish hero, and then the back is like a full art.
Oh, that's
Not
cool.
just the scrines, but
Yeah,
like
yeah,
the
yeah.
full art. So if you like go in, it's a lot of detail. So shout out to him for
Yeah, that's. I mean,
doing that
depending on how
part.
many of those he made, that's a lot of templating and.
That's the only one of that card printed.
Oh, cool.
So I did get the Chaos Orb. Didn't tell too many people about that. They're gonna find out after this podcast. But I wanted to keep it, and I didn't want to trade it away. So I figured I'm not gonna tell.
Well,
anybody.
if anyone deserves it, it's you. Let's be honest.
I guess so. I don't know, but
I mean, after being featured on Ristic Studies,
the flipping.
Yeah, historical documenting on Chaos Orb. I mean,
Well, this is on sleeve, so it's tough. It's tough.
Sure.
So that kind of Urza's Ante is throughout the event, which is really cool.
So that's like always happening, right? Like whenever you could jam games of it, you're just jamming games in between.
Jam games,
stuff.
trade.
Is there any end game for that? Like, do you keep a record and then no, it's just a thing everyone's doing?
I don't think so. I think last year they did how many wins, like when you lose an ante, obviously they're going to sign the card and they give you the card as your ante prize. So whoever got the most ante cards kind of
is essentially the winner,
wins something. There's also like a collector, like if you collect a certain type of card, they give you a prize. And I think there was one other thing, but they have like different prizes like that. Nothing too serious. The first year I just traded for bulk. There was a prize for the most number of cards. Okay. So towards the end of the thing, I was just like, all right, what do you want? Let me get as many bulk as you can. So I ended up with this huge hundreds of cards. Like I won by nobody was close. And I got like a wooden deck box as like the collector or something.
That's pretty sweet to use to build a cube or something like that, right?
Which is those cards are the beginnings of our cube that we use for Sisters that Paul has. So I gave them all to Paul and he made a cube out of it and we've been building the cube since then.
I've played said cube and it is sweet.
So we added some cards from it this year because at the end it's funny because during the weekend on Saturday you're like, how much you want for the trade me for your copy artifact, and people will be like, no way, man, this is worth so much, no way, this is so, you know what I can get for this, and then Monday morning it's worthless.
Right.
It's worthless. Right. Yeah. It's like standard block. As soon as the set's released, all the chase cards are worth this enormous amount, and as soon as it rotates out, they're all worthless. So it's basically standard for a weekend. So at the end of the week, I met a guy from, I want to say Norway or something, that he made it out. I think he did a write-up or something. But he wanted to bring a bunch of cards back for people that play Magic in his country. So sure. I just ended up giving him all our cards and stuff. So that was fun.
How diplomatic of you.
Yeah. They're all, they're all kind of worthless at the end. So that was fun.
Yeah, it's still a tangible item that can be used for, cubing or just, I mean, hell, you could just slam them in decks and use them as proxies, whatever.
Right. They gave out the decks. I got a bunch of deck boxes. I got this is an Invasion deck box. I got the Meridian deck box, got an Ice Age deck box, 4th edition, 5th edition deck box. So they gave out all these initial deck in these old deck boxes, which was really cool, which I needed because now I have boxes for my AAA decks.
AAA decks, yeah, that's how I roll. I got some good ones.
So that was good. The Ice Age boxes were the most sought after. I think nobody would trade me their Ice Age boxes, but I did get a couple boxes.
Were there people doing the quest for ice out there at all?
No.
I know that's I was talking with do you know Joel Demir?
Joel
guy. He stayed at my house during MobsterCon last year. I think he was on Dom's team. He was there.
Yeah.
But we were chatting yesterday, and apparently he's been sucking people into that. So do you know what that is? I can't remember if you read about it or not.
No, I don't
You
think so.
be,
Tell us
you
about that. What is that?
you buy an Ice Age starter deck and 3 packs of homelands, and like that's your sealed pool to build the deck. And like
That's
you
it.
don't
Okay.
do yeah, and you don't do anything else with it. Like I suppose you add cards to it, but like why would you? But like that's the whole point of the fun. Like you just do 3 packs of homelands, one Ice Age starter, and then you just quest for ice. Like that's your deck. You slam it back in the Ice Age deck box, and
Can you trade or?
yeah. Of course, yeah. Of course. You. So I think what he said was is all the cards that you don't use, they go into your spoils pile. So
Mhm.
like you can either trade or ante out of that spoils pile like when you play, but like you don't. Apart from like trading or winning ante, like that's just your deck. 3 packs of whole lands and one Ice Age
Yeah.
starter. So that seems kind of appealing to me. I mean, again, I don't know anyone else out here is doing it, but I know it's a thing, so I'll probably do it just for funsies, just to keep it for this. But anyway, I was just curious because I know that's a thing that happens out there.
Yeah. The It's a lot of fun. They had a lot of the beasts are big on sorcery, so they have some sorcery events and stuff. There was a pre-modern event, I guess, running in tandem with the sorcery event, and then they have the main event, which is on Saturday, where it would this year was pack rules, and they added 5 cards to the mix, which were Silver Knight, Naturalize,
Diabolic Edict,
Diabolic Edict,
Manaleek.
Manaleek, and Goblin
It was
Skirk
some
Marauder or something.
Skirk Marauder, yeah,
The goblin that's morph, and when it morphs, it it gets turned over, does 2 damage to target creature player, I think.
yeah.
So that's kind of the main event. I
I know.
was
I know. I noticed they'd like done those in. They passed them out, right? Like printed up sets to
right.
give to
Yeah,
everybody.
everybody
Or,
they gave out the proxies.
yeah, that's pretty
So
cool.
so so that I did not do that well. I think that the deck I just went in there play testing a deck that I've been working on, and
Andy's redacted deck that's been in
my
the works
redacted deck that I've been
for
working
several
on.
months now. We still can't talk about the tech because he's holding it very
I
close
did
to
win a
it.
spicy prize for it.
Well, I would hope
Yeah,
so. It's most assuredly that.
but I don't think that it does as well in a 4 strip environment than it would do in a 1 strip environment. Let's just leave it
Yeah,
at that. So,
yeah.
and it still did okay.
Right.
So,
So you probably didn't garner much information because it's out of the format that you're typically playing it in, right?
right, I just want to get reps in.
Yeah.
I didn't have much time to make a deck, so I was like, okay, let's do it. This is not. It's the deck is not going to make many waves here, so it's a nice little opportunity
So so
to do
so
it.
so so anecdotally, did you get a sense of like which of the 5 cards was like chosen the most to be included in
I
decks?
think
Or
Mana Leak probably.
Mana Leak's really good.
Mana Leak is. I had to fight Mana Leaks a lot, and you'd be surprised what was Mana Leaked. But yeah, it's such an easy include. I didn't see Diabolic Edicts that much. I did see some Silver Knights and the Goblin. The Goblin was played in more of like an aggro blue, white, red kind of tempo-y deck
Sure.
that
I
I
mean, I mean,
saw.
naturalize seems ridiculous though, because if there's anything that
Actually,
like
yeah.
the green decks are missing, it's that.
Yeah, you're right. So I did see natural. So I guess it was I think Mana League by far, and then everything else was the same. If I had to say the least amount, probably Diabolic Edicts,
Edict. That's
which is
weird. I mean,
surprising. I thought
it's a good early tempo card for like a Dead Goss style deck. I would imagine.
the Skirk Marauder would be the least used, but maybe it gives you that extra reach, you know. So
Ty said he thought it was the this second, if not the first best card in the pool. So I don't know if I disagree. I think Mana League is just insane, but yeah, I mean they're good card choices. They all definitely add something to the old school card pool, which is either lacking or making archetypes better.
Right.
So
But
how sweaty was the main event?
by sweaty, you mean like literally sweaty?
Well, yeah.
The
No, I
main
mean
event
like
was okay. It was. I mean, I think the top tables you would who would you expect?
how many people were playing, the deck with mana leaks in it or something? is kind of what I mean.
I don't know. I wasn't at the top tables,
Sure.
but I'm sure that it wouldn't surprise me. Maybe like one. There was shops. There was like 12 bolt and lion dip, whatever, and the decks that you would expect to see at the top tables were there.
We're there, yeah.
I don't see. I didn't see too many new decks. I think there was a like a skies deck that did well, but yeah, I wouldn't be able to really comment on it. Let's just put it this way: at the last match, yeah, last round, I sat down, I got my pairing or whatever, and I waited for. I walked over to the table where I was supposed to play my opponent, who was Chris Mason from New England Old School.
Yeah.
And he wasn't there, so I started watching a match that was like was adjacent and playing. So like 20 minutes went by, whatever. So I don't know where it was, but he eventually showed up, and I was like, "Hey, you want to play?" Or he's like,
"Are we done here?"
So he was like, "Urza's Ante," and
right. Yeah.
I was like, "No, you got grinds?" And he's like, "No, Singleton, no." So I talked to him and I was like, "Listen, we have to decide on some way to determine the outcome of this tournament that we are currently enrolled in." And so I came up with the idea of taking the extra cards. So we have our Urza's Ante decks, and then we have our extra cards. So what you were talking about before, your trade stuff.
Yeah.
I was like, why don't we take all our trade stuff, shuffle them all together,
okay,
and then Winchester draft it and see who wins. So he was like, that sounds perfect. Let's do that. So we did that, and it was awesome. It was such a. We played one game, but it was such a complicated board state.
By the time you concluded on this this format and then actually did a draft, you must have had like 20 minutes left in your round.
We had the draft was fast. We we made the deck. Basically threw in some lands, made the deck. I had all stars from my deck were Feldegriff. So good. And Soul Warden? Is that the one white gain a life whenever creature comes into play? I think it's from.
I remember the name, but I don't remember that card specifically.
Pretty sure it was Soul Warden.
MTG.
It's like a picture of a lady with a hand to her forehead.
Yeah.
She was good. Printed. And he had two pirate ships on the other side of the.
Oh, okay, so they really stretched out. That card was. Oh wait, it was printed in Exodus. Okay.
Yeah, so that was good. Feldegriff was like getting in there, and then we had to. It was a good game. Then we had to do something. Something came up, so I just wrote on a piece of paper "game in progress" and I put it there and just like left it until, and then we finished it later. It was kind of anticlimactic because we went back to the game like an hour later and he beat me in like 2 turns. But it was a lot of fun. It's just like the importance of the actual gameplay is really not that important when it comes down to it. So that was how we decided it. I don't have no idea how well I did, but somewhere below 500, I would guess.
So who took it down, or what was the finals?
The I don't even know
Wow.
who. I don't even know who what the decks were in the finals. I think it was some sort of shops. It may have been a mirror.
There was only 70 of you. You don't know who played in the finals?
It's a very chaotic thing. There's always a lot. It's kind of when you're a kid and you go to a candy store. And
Yeah,
you're a
yeah,
kid
yeah.
and it's like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. There's so much
Sure.
stuff going on,
Yeah,
and there's so many people you want to talk to that
sure.
you can't possibly do it, right? So you could probably talk to a third or half the people and spend some quality time with them,
Yeah,
and then and there's just not enough time.
sure.
But we did that. We had a guest artist, Daniel Gelon.
Gelon.
Apparently, that's how you pronounce it.
I've been calling him Daniel Gelon for years, but Daniel Gelon.
Apparently, it's Gelon. He was there with his wife, who is also an artist,
Okay.
Heather
Heather Hudson?
Heather Hudson. What did she do?
Chains?
Huh?
Chains?
Yeah, Heather Hudson. I think they're married. I don't know.
Well, sure. I mean, whatever.
But anyway, they were both there. So Daniel did a painting class, which I have my guardian beast there.
Right.
And
Ken Miner Jr. back in the day. 2019.
Okay.
Charlotte 2019.
2019.
Yeah. Look at him. Oh wow. There's Andy's wheel.
My wheel.
Pretty cool.
So we got the wheel. We did the Wheel of Fortune, which was fun.
So how many people participated in the
A lot, probably like 40.
Oh really?
It's like a painting class. It's always good. You get a memento. You get a memento, and then it was a lot of fun.
I did read on Daniel's Facebook right before we started recording that it was the first art class he's ever taught.
Yes, did a good job. I think they picked a piece that takes a little longer than the time that was allotted. So
oh really? It seems pretty basic.
Yeah, but no, he did fine. It was great, and he talked about actually that tree that you see in the Wheel of Fortune art is an actual tree, and it's in New Jersey, and it's 5 minutes away from where Ty lives. I don't know. He was telling us where he was, and he showed us a picture of the original tree. So I'm not sure where it is, but
see if I can find it.
I think Ty's going to try to find it and take a Wheel of Fortune and take a picture with it.
I don't see anything on a quick. Yeah, the problem with Googling Wheel of Fortune is the TV show. So I think I'd have to do a deep dig to find that info. I'll just have to ask.
I mean, where the tree is? That's impossible.
Is it like a famous tree? Or
no, it's not even a famous tree.
Oh, okay.
But he gave the streets or whatever where it was, and I think, I don't know, good luck to whoever wants to find it. But that was it. I did get a couple of AAA games in.
Okay, so I mean,
it was kind of like the side event from like the 40K, the 40K ultra cool peoples.
Sure, the Paul De Silvas of the world.
Right. So I did manage to get some AAA games in. I have like 4 decks. So I have I'll take out the decks and I'll put them all out and I'll just let my opponent choose which one.
Sure.
So I lost some and then I won some. I did get to cast. I played against a deck that was so tough. He played mono black. Land Destruction.
Was this Joel? Oh no.
No, I don't.
Ice Quake? Oh, okay.
No, Joel, it was
Joel,
mono black.
Yeah. Joel. So he confided me to not share the list, but apparently DFB asked him for it after the weekend because he said he was rolling everyone, but it did include 4 sinkholes and 4 ice quakes.
No, I didn't play.
Okay.
Ice quake. Oh wait, no, I think it was it.
Yeah,
I think it was him.
Blights.
What's his handle?
Uh, ori- Original Scream name, I
Yeah,
think.
yeah, that's him. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It
Yeah,
was
yeah,
Joel.
it's Joel.
Do I?
Yeah, yeah,
Does he
that
not
deck's
want to?
sick. That deck's sick, right?
Does he not want me to tell him?
I don't think he wants to. Yeah, he told me to not share the
All
tech.
right, so we won't
Um,
share. Other than
but
that,
I'll tell you this: it's a
it's
sweet
mono
list, and
black.
it's definitely one you of all people would appreciate for
Yeah, it's
sure.
rough. I appreciate it, but playing against it is not a happy space. And so I got destroyed. I got I got I think I played him one game and I was like, all right, that's it, man. I'm tapping out.
He
I'm
sent me the
tapping
list
out.
yesterday afternoon. I'm like, how do you even beat this?
You can,
Yeah,
but you
sure.
have to have a certain deck type.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I don't know if I have that kind of. I actually do have a deck that would be a serious favorite against him, but that's not in the spirit of it. Like, why am I'm going to pick a deck specifically to play that?
Sure.
And I would feel bad about that. So I was like, okay. So we played. I played him. I played DFB. I played some other stuff. I did get to cast my Ritual of Subdual, which was not expected. I played DFB and he goes Forest Llanowar Elf, and I'm like, oh, this is not gonna go well. But I managed to get rid of all the mana producing elves on the board, and then slam down a Ritual of Subdual, and eventually it was just like, all right, pass, go. I'll pay the upkeep, and then he had like 8 cards and Stormseeker, and then all the stuff. And
that is cumulative upkeep of 2 colorless, right?
2 colorless, yeah. But
that's
I play a lot of elves, and the elf that gives you 2 mana.
Oh yeah, Finhorn
Elder. So I play a lot of that stuff. It's a shout out to, it's an homage to one of my friends who used to play back in the day, and he played a similar deck, and he played Ritual Subdual with green, mono green. I think he played Force of Nature and stuff. Pretty good. So that was fun.
So any good spoils that you picked up? Any good cards, or just all basics?
What did
Get any strip mines, factories,
No, from AAA, no.
all rings?
I think I got like a Mesa Pegasus.
Ooh.
And like an elf or something. I don't know. What else did I get? I don't see any. I don't see anything else.
All right, moving on.
Oh, I got a Jewel Bird. Ugh.
Oh.
But it looks like it's been around. It says Moogie's.
Oh, okay.
It's signed by.
Well, I mean, there were like a dozen people there from Neo, so it doesn't really surprise me. But
Jewel Bird _ Zerker. Oh, and it has a I guess it has a little sword.
Okay.
It's a sort of berserker thing. I don't know. Whatever. But I did pick up so towards the end of the weekend I pivoted, and because my deck was really bad and I wasn't going to win any prizes for building an Urza anti-deck that was good, I decided to trade for altars. Another thing that in addition to the foils this year was they put in random altars where people, I think Dom Dotterer did some artwork for it. Neil did some artwork. People contributed some artwork altars to cards, and they were randomly placed into the packs. And so I figured that I'm not into altars, but I figured that it'd be a good prize. Maybe I'll bring to New York. But so I started trading for those, and so I got some cool ones.
Something unique, at least.
This is Urnum. Has a little Oscar the Grouch there, which is nice. And we got an All Hallows Eve, which has, I think that's from a movie. I don't know which one that is, but it's got an altar there.
Yeah, it looks like it. It's probably
looks like Wizard of Oz. I don't know. and we got some a Mox Pearl that has Elmo on it. So
Tickle me.
tickle me, Elmo. We got a nice Shonda Dryad. It's been altered there.
Oh,
I don't
that's
know,
very,
and
very,
it's got
it's
like
very. Oh
kind
boy, Masons.
of So I don't know. I figured that might be something to give out as prizes. So that's what I did.
Fun. So,
Fun,
so,
fun.
so, so tell me about this fun format they had, the Urza's Inferno.
Oh, which I was excited to play with, and then I found out you have to play unsleeved, and I was like, no, I don't think so.
Why do you have to play? Why do you have to play on sleeves?
I don't know. It's part of the rules. So
They want you to get the hot sauce on your card. Hey, tell us, tell us how this works.
it's not like the hot sauce is everywhere. It's just they give the hot ones, the show hot ones.
Yes, yeah,
Right, right, exactly. So you eat a nugget and it's got random hot sauce. Some are okay, some are moderate, some are hot, and you eat one before the match. You get a personal mana flare, just for you. So obviously you have to eat the nugget.
So you get the mana flare emblem at the beginning of every game, like per nugget.
Correct.
Okay.
It's only one best of one.
Best of one. Okay, yeah.
And you play as many matches as you can.
Yeah, I'm looking at DFP's list and post here. He said he went 5 and 4. So, but so it was like hot sauce roulette. Like you didn't know how hot of a sauce you're going to be getting.
Right. I was there. They were all veggie nuggets, so I was just eating wings, even though I wasn't playing. So I was like, okay.
What was the bathroom situation like after that?
I heard that one bathroom overflowed, but
so you were just like allotted like 3 hours or something like that to play as many matches as you could, or how'd that work?
Right. Okay. And my tech was
your tech that you didn't use.
But my tech that I didn't use, but that I was going to play, was Forethought Amulet. You're only allowed 4 artifacts in your deck. Forethought Amulet, I thought, would be good tech because it's, for those of you who don't know what Forethought Amulet does, Jared is going to tell us.
5 mana artifact, and you pay 3 during your upkeep, or it's destroyed. And if you receive more than 2 damage from a sorcery or instant, that damage is reduced to 2.
So all X spells are useless.
They're turning into a shock.
Exactly. So what you do is you run 4 earthquakes, so you only take 2, and everybody else and your creatures take whatever X is.
Right.
Infernos, you only take 2.
Yeah.
Everything else takes.
I guess with your own mana flare, you're getting it out relatively quickly. Yeah, and then you're able to pay the upkeep pretty serviceably. Yeah, no, that seems hot. I mean, that's pretty clever. I don't think, and no one's ever put a Forethought Amulet in
this was the tournament.
Yeah, that was it.
But I told some people before, like right after I decided I was not going to play, I was like, hey guys, I told Paul and Ty and Dom.
Sure.
The people
I could see Dom being into that, but I don't know about those other guys.
I don't know if he played or made a deck for it. I don't know, but I was like, hey, if anybody wants a tech, here's the tech.
Sure.
But I don't think any of us played. Maybe Dom, but Paul didn't play. Ty had a deck where he played 4 Lands Edge and like just a bunch of lands and 4 Wheel of Fortunes. Nothing's restricted, so
okay.
But I don't know if he ended up actually playing the deck. He was kind of on the fence. But anyway, that's obviously candelabras are insane. But who's going to play unsleeved candelabras? There was one person who did play unsleeved candelabras.
Yeah,
I think it was Sean Sullivan. I'm not
Sure.
Totally positive about that.
Yeah, I think the unsleeve aspect probably knocked a lot of people out of the mix, right?
Yeah.
Did you see DFB's list, Andy?
No, I didn't. Did he post it? What was he?
Yeah. Hold on. I'll DM it to you right now. It's pretty sweet. Definitely doesn't have forethought in it. It's in the DMs. Loading. Loaded.
Oh my goodness, this thing. Oh, so he's got some value here. Oh, but he's a 40K guy, so. Got Diamond Valley, Ali.
He's got four Ali from Cairo, four Storm World, three Storm World, three Storm World,
Stormworld?
yeah, four.
Why would you play that many Stormworld?
Because people are, I guess, unloading their hands because the mana flare, I guess, was probably the thinking.
I'm surprised he doesn't have any Earthquakes in here.
Yeah, well, he's playing Ali from Cairo. it's kind of a nombo.
Oh yeah, that's true. Actually, it's not. It's not if you're going to kill your opponent, because if you're
right.
he does protect you till the bitter end.
Yeah.
So
I mean, four forks. You would think that's probably standard in a lot of these things.
Yeah. He's got a couple. He's got two Diamond Valleys.
Two Diamond Valleys. No, three Diamond Valleys.
This deck pick is
4 Shivens. I know. I love looking at these randomized piles. So also 4 strip. Obviously, he's got 3 org, 4 org.
4 org. It's got 2 Ollie's. Okay, no, 3 Ollies. No, 4. Oh my goodness.
4 Ollies. I saw he was immediately selling some number of them right after this was
afterwards.
Over. Yeah.
They went from HP to HHP.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised he picked Ivory Tower as his artifact.
Yeah.
But anyway, it seems like this is something I definitely would have brewed for sure. It seems fun.
I think it's an interesting format, but I don't.
The sleeves. Why the sleeves?
Why the sleeveless?
Yeah. So on top of that, another one you guys have been doing for pretty much the whole. So that was like a new thing they added. One that's been carrying on throughout the years is the mono green in the woods, right?
Which is kind of the same thing, unsleeved. You do a hike and you play mono green, which I think they allow artifacts as well. Again, these formats are just like fun type of things, and I think one person won the mono green in the woods with a artifact with 4 workshops that he played unsleeved or something.
Baller. I got DFB's list for this as well. I'll send you. I just recently picked up a couple more Arabian copies of Cyclone, and DFB is using it to good effect here. Apparently he
Cyclone's so good.
He went 4-1. He said he lost only to mono green champ Jason Carrasco. So I guess it was Carrasco that was humping the.
I wonder what he was playing.
Workshops. What's that?
I wonder what Carrasco was playing.
Yep. Well, we'll never know because only DFB's
Arborea.
Yeah, or I mean, it's flavorful. I mean, he's got a couple copies of Deadfall in there.
Deadfall's good. It's like standard tech.
Sure. Yeah, you can't have Shannon and Dryads beating your face in.
This rod of ruin is really really messy.
It is a ruined rod. That is for sure.
Yeah, there's all sorts of goo on that. Jeez.
It's been renamed Festivus Pole.
Wow.
For you,
that's something else.
For you Seinfeld fans.
But I like the Cyclone with the Arborea. That's kind of cool.
That's pretty hot tech. Yeah, he's got web in there to protect his enchantresses while the Cyclone is whipping up a frenzy. Pretty cool.
Yeah, I did not do this either. I probably should put something together, but
Yeah, like
But
mono
I think the
green.
hike happens early in the morning, and
Who's doing that?
I think the first night I went to sleep at like 3 a.m. It was just like not happening, man.
Yeah.
I invested in a nap day two. Oh, instead, I got up, ate breakfast, and I went back. I was like, I don't think I'm gonna nap for like an hour and a half. Best
Well,
decision I could have done.
speaking to that, I noticed the drink of the weekend
Oh,
were called the Gonster, which was like a blackened tan, except it was with Guinness and Monster Energy drink, which seems abominable
it
for
was
people's gut biomes.
it's horrible,
Jesus.
horrible, horrible.
It looks like something from like a sewage treatment facility. It's
I've heard of this drink on the Order the Ebon Hand podcast. Did they invent this, or
I
I don't know who invented this, but whoever it was, yeah, did not look. It looked horrible.
the
Just
I've
pictured brown like Guinness kind of top, and then the bottom is like
like that
kind of the
neon like
slime
ecto cooler green.
from
Yeah.
from Slimer and Ghostbusters.
Yeah. I have actually I have never had a Monster Energy drink, but I have had many Guinness, and even not having a Monster Energy drink, I don't know that I would combine the two things, even in fun for a weekend. I could see that being a recipe for a hazmat situation.
Oh, horrible! Not
Well,
great. Not great. Not great.
that's what you're into, sure. So, yeah.
But that was kind of the weekend. The last day was very chill. The with the art and stuff, and then it ends. It ends quick. It goes by fast.
There's never enough time for the gathering.
One more day. They should start on Thursday night. That'd be great.
Yeah, no,
Come
this.
back
I mean,
Sunday.
yeah, this seems ripe for a 4 day weekend for sure.
Yeah, but definitely shout out to Beast. Great event. Great planning. I'm sure it takes a long time, and a lot of people get together to divvy up the responsibilities in planning this thing. So,
Yep. Well, shout out to again to Joe Nash, who did not get me an invite, but I know there was a wait list and all that kind of stuff. I know Ty snuck in there. Ty snuck in there on the wait list. So,
in the words of Ty, be better. I don't know.
I don't know.
But yeah. The what else? What else we talk about? What else has happened? I mean,
So on the same weekend, Chalice took place across the pond in Norway.
Right.
The Arvika Festival was popping off. I had
Right.
actually I'd hosted Neo Cezone, Noah Shanning, and Will McGran, who are traveling over there. The day they left, they came to my place and jammed some games before heading out to Arvika, and that was
They were leaving out of Newark.
yeah. Noah flew in. I picked him up 10 a.m. and then me, him, and Will jammed some games and took a walk down to the town of Clinton, which is just a short walk from my house before they departed sometime around.
I don't
5
know.
p.m.
Where's he? Isn't he in the Philly area?
No, Noah's up in Boston.
Oh,
He plays with at Moogie's with all those guys all the time. So yeah, Arvika, which I'm not sure if it has a shark every year, but there was a shark on the line, which obviously our dear friend Will McGran was vying for, but unfortunately, despite playing a very spiky ATOG list, Will managed to scrub out at 47th place.
how many people?
149 players.
Okay.
149 players. Noah actually did reasonably well, and I believe he got 20. I want to say 27th. Yeah, 27th. He was on a like a Sarah Sarah Modi, like just kind of like flyer moat counter list, and Wheel was playing. I think a lion. Yeah, lion did bolt. Whoop de do. Um,
It's good. It's good for us in the States to see what does well in Swedish, I guess. More data points for LobsCon prep.
yeah, yeah,
Maybe.
absolutely. So yeah, so I was even though I'm probably again not going to be at a LobsterCon this year, I was like looking at deck lists and seeing what did kind of well. And just to quickly run through, it was Carl Akbari who took it down. I think it was his first Shark win, and he won with the increasingly popular. He called it Control Lions, but if I remember correctly, do you want me to send you the link to the decks, Andy? Do you want to look
Yeah,
at
let me
these?
see
Or,
it. Let me see the pick.
hold on one second.
And for you guys watching, the pick will be right here.
uh,
Beep.
copy image and we'll paste. So the name Carl gave the list is Control Lions, but this looks like a standard what they call a.
Wait, you just sent
Uh,
me DFB's list again.
oh, did I? It didn't copy this image then for some reason. Hold on one sec. Copy. Okay. Oh, that's weird. Why did it do that? Paste. Okay. This. Yeah, I got it. I got to write this down. There you go. It's another scattergun list where the cards aren't in order. So you do that. This is basically what the increasingly popular triple S style list that plays Savannah Lions, Suchis, and Sarah Angels, and of course the good white removal and counter spells. Seems good. Seems good. Dot deck.
Mm-hmm.
Really nothing of note here, apart from those really sweet Amy Weber disenchantment altars he's got in the deck there, and notably, it looks like his deck is all alpha, which is apart from his Lotus is a his Lotus is a beta, but he's got a whole lot of alpha cards here. You always see these sweet collections in Europe, man. These guys really
They know how to
got some
ball
sweet.
out.
But anyway, and we won't go on and on about it because it was covered in the most recent episode of Monster of the Week. Shout out to uh, Seb and those guys. But Emil Anderson got second place with this sweet list, which was a bug Ponza deck, which is for a 150 player tournament. This is not something you'd expect to see anywhere near the top tables, let alone in the finals. But here, I'm sending you the photo now. You got it. So he's got. Teleria is just so slow. Bear with me here, Mother of God. His deck is 4 Elves of Deep Shadow, 4 Serendib Efreet, 3 Suchi, full play sets of Sinkhole and Ice Storm. So he's got eight land destruction spells, 3 Crumbles, 3 Paralyze, 1 Terror, the blue power minus Time Twister, and his rationale for not having Time Twister was 1, he doesn't own Time Twister, and 2, it doesn't make sense to be refilling people's hands when you're playing this style of deck. And then DT, Mind Twist, Regrowth, 1 Icy, which seems great with Paralyze, Chaos Orb, On Color Mox, and 4 Bayou, 4 Tropical Island, 3 Seas, 2 City Brass, Pendelhaven, Library of Alexandria, Strip Mine, and a full set of factories. But I mean, taking second place with a deck like this is pretty impressive. It's probably well thought out meta call, and pretty sweet deck. You love to see it. It's not an ordinary deck for an old school tournament of this size, certainly with a shark on the line. So
Yeah, I think he went about it the right way. I've always been saying that the land destruction in and of itself is not really a win con. It's just like you can keep trying land destruction, but you need a way to win, and it's more of, I think he did it more of as a tempo play, and I think that's the way to go. That's
yeah,
you cast if you have 8 spells, you're casting maybe two a game, maybe three, and that
Right.
tempo combined with
Yeah.
the suchis and the dibs is usually enough to get there.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
Crumbles are kind of pseudo land destruction, but
yeah, yeah, yeah. Sure, you're taking out early mocks or quick suchis, and yeah, just getting that tempo. I don't. I mean, the paralyzed seems great against a lot of dibs or like early lions, so he can alleviate early pressure pretty easily.
yeah.
Then he's got obviously the factories to block, so pretty clever deck. I love it. Sweet.
I love it.
I love it. And then to round out the top eight, if anyone's interested in what's happening in Scandinavian Swedish, number three was I won't even go into
We'd
like
like
names,
to
but
bring
three.
you the hot off the press tech.
Yeah, yeah, it's what you
Scandinavia.
expect to see. Third place deck was Lion Deadbolt. Fourth place was a black splash blue for power, like aggro dreams deck, like Juzam's hippies. Etc. Fifth place was Fluffy on the deck. Spicy the deck inclusion. He had two bolts and one fireball. Super spicy tech from Fluffy there. Sixth place was a blue white uh, red skies deck. Seventh was an Atog list with 4 ball lightnings, which is pretty cool. And then another line to bolt list. So pretty much what you expect to see. So it was really cool to see Amel's deck. Oh, also, shout out to Amel. If anyone likes reading Magic blogs, he's been running one for many
Who
years. It's
is
called
this? Hey,
uh, yeah, Amel Anderson. His blog's called the Spectacle at Pendrell Vale. If you like reading Magic content, he's got a really sweet blog. He's been running for quite a long time. So check that out. The other event, they did Scryings, which is near and dear to both Andy and I, and I was kind of hoping to see some some sweet tech, but in keeping with European Scrying competitions, number one, it only had less than 1/3 of the participants of the main event. um, some of the
I
some
think
of
we're
the
the only people on this side of
yeah,
the pond that actually.
yeah, Sisters of the Flame and Scryings, man, we're a match made in heaven. But no one else is really, despite this, Magnus de Laval being the progenitor of this format, and Magnus did play in the event and came in eighth with what he called a suboptimal Goblin Sly list. Um, Time Vault's old Danny Friedman took this down. Here, I'll send you just so you can take a look at it, Andy. I have this like cordon off in Talaria, so I'll send you a link to the all of the decks. Um,
Is there going to be
so
any new?
this it was. I will tell you. It was disappointing for me to look through these lists, kind of like the win con that you experienced. Some of these lists have absolutely no scrying cards in them
Oh, that's horrible.
whatsoever. So Danny Friedman took it down with a tithe control list. It's basically the deck with 3 copies of Latinam's Legacy and 4 copies of Tithe. Um, you know,
It's something. Wait, he didn't.
yeah,
He didn't even play Emerald Charm.
no Emerald Charms. He wasn't time.
Oh,
He
sorry, sorry,
wasn't
sorry.
time vaulting.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
basically the deck, except like I said, he's got 4 Tithe and 3 Latinam's Legacy. It looks like he's just trying to win with recalls and a giant fireball or Mirror Universe like that. A typical Danny Friedman deck. The second place deck here was also kind of cool. It's a player whose nickname is Pefkin. I'm forgetting the gentleman's whole name right now, but I'll send you the list. It was a mono red list, which is pretty cool. Let me send this
Mono
over.
Red is good.
So his name is Rickard Samuelson. He called the deck Hammer Time, despite only having one Hammer of Bogart in the deck. And his deck list is sideways. but I just sent you the link to his list, Andy. So
Oh my
he's
goodness, yeah.
I know, just looking at it makes you want to beat yourself over the head. So he's got the full set of mana rocks, Library of Alexandria, but again, mono red. So he's got two copies of. I'm turning my head here. What I think their Wildfire Emissary is the first card I'm looking at. He has two fissures. You love to see it. Oh no. Okay, he does have more. He has two main deck Hammer of Bogarden, two main deck Stone Rain, two main deck Shivens. A lot of two of. This is interesting. Two main deck Earthquake, two Navineral's Disc, three Jam Day Tome, three Blood Moon. I mean, just wins games. It's a monster. Three Fireballs, three Goblin Tinkerers, three Dwarven Miners, four copies of Pillage, four Lightning Bolts, four Factories. It looks like, let's see, 11 Mountains. And then his sideboard, he's got a couple more Navineral's Disc, two Forks, two Primitive Justice, two Tormod's Crypts, a City in a Bottle, another Hammer, another Wildfire Embassy, and four Red Elemental Blasts. Yeah, it's kind of a unique take on mono red. I love seeing Fissure in the list. I imagine Blood Moon was just a blowout for him in a lot of games, but
This is pretty cool. I wonder what he brings in the two forks in against. I don't know.
What do you want to fork? The Scryings, yeah. I guess you bring it in against control, right? Just so you could fork counter spells.
Pox fork.
It's so easy to cast.
So good. So good.
You probably want to eat a spicy nugget before you build that deck.
Land Mox Lotus Pox fork.
Done. Yeah.
Let's go to game 2.
So, I mean, the rundown for the rest of this. So, past Pefkinder got second with that list. We had a mono green list, which is pretty. I'm not really going to go too into these because, like, it's just like the mono green list has what you'd expect, like River Boas, and it's like a couple
orangutans.
A couple of orangutans. Svante Landgraf got fourth with a goblins list. Those guys don't get to play with Goblin Grenade all the time, and he's got full outfitted. 4 grenades and a fork. Other than that, it's pretty standard goblins list because obviously goblins are much cooler in scryings. Fifth place was Reindeer, Christian Reinhardt. Played a Troll Disco list with absolutely no scryings cards in it.
Really?
Yep. Not a single one. Victor Olsen was on a blue-white Flyers list. If I recall correctly, he did not have any scryings cards either.
We're having this meetup next week. We're gonna have Swedish scryings. You can technically just bring in a Swedish deck and play all 8 rounds.
Yeah, I just thought of that. Yeah. I mean, I think maybe what scryings to a degree suffers from is people just not having or wanting to buy the cards, but like they're so inexpensive.
The Phyrexian Dreadnought just spiked. I heard.
Did it?
It's like $200 or something.
Wow. I wonder what
this is new.
What is it? Did it get good in like Commander or something? Because that's usually what happens. So. Really? Interesting.
But from what I'm told, it's people. Demand just went up for some reason.
It's you know what?
Is there a new card? Maybe a new card?
No. It might have to do with the LobsterCon pre-modern event coming up in May, and they're like even if 40 copies sell, then all the vendors are going to jack their prices up, and it is one of the best decks in the format.
Wow, that's crazy that it will go up that much.
It doesn't take a lot to move the needle on $100 card. Like I said, 40, 50 copies sell, and then they catch wind pretty fast. Yeah. I'm glad I did this and not you, Andy, because like these lists are really depressing with how little they're actually using scryings cards. There's a couple mono black lists, no pox, just no pox. Yeah, there's a couple Masnot decks. The weirdest one that I kind of earmarked. Well, actually, no. There's two weird ones here. I'll send you the weird ones just so we have something to talk about here. Copy image. This deck was called True Blue. I believe this gentleman. What's his name? Andres Erke. He won. Surprisingly, won no games with this list. It looks like the only Scrying's card he played is High Tide.
High Tide, and that's it.
Yeah, he also interestingly has two copies of Mana Drain.
What?
Yeah, you see it?
Wow, yeah, look at that.
So this I'll read this
show up and be like,
I'll read this off just
so good.
This list is just utterly bizarre. So he's got 24, count them, 24 basic islands, 2 Mirror Universe, a Soul Ring, a Colossus of Sardia, 2 Phantasmal Forces, 3 Flying Men, 2 Air Elementals, 1 Wall of Air, 2 Phantom Monsters, 4 High Tides, 2 Mana Drain, which is illegal, whatever, 2 Psyblasts, 2 Unstable Mutations, 4 Psychic.
No, he has 4 Psyblasts.
Oh, 4 Psyblasts. Oh, yeah, I was looking at groups. Yeah, sorry. 4 Psyblasts, 2 Unstable Mutations, 4 Psychic Venom.
4 Unstable Mutations.
Oh, yeah, this thing's all broken up weird. I should have just read it in order. 4 Unstable Mutations, 4 Psychic Venom, 2 Telekinesis, and 2 counter spells.
Why is there no Brain Geyser in this 75?
This is one of the I pulled this one up just because it's one of the weirdest decks I've ever seen. And then on the sideboard he's got 3 copies of Millstone, an Island of Whack Whack. His Strip Mine is in his sideboard. 2 Sirens Calls, 3 Blue Blast, Hercules Recall, 2 Energy Flux, and 2 Relic Barriers.
I've I'd want somehow, I want somehow to like get rid of that High Tide mana. Maybe he just uses it as like a dark ritual to bring out.
Yeah, I know, but it's so bad though, because that doesn't even become useful until like turn 4. Like, I don't. This is one of the weirdest Magic decks I've ever seen in my life. But again,
turn 3 is not. It's not. You can maybe get a Air Elemental turn 3 if you have a Mox. He doesn't even have Mox. If you have a Soul Ring.
Yeah, if his Soul Ring's in play, like, why 2 Mirror Universe? Like, what?
Just in case he changes his mind, he wants to switch back.
He wants to switch back. Anyway, that's a bizarre one. And the other one, the other deck that's kind of interesting. I didn't place, but wait, or did this one place? Yeah, okay. The 7th, Jens Jaeger, obviously of last year's LobsterCon fame. He took down LobsterCon last year. He had a pretty cool Scrying's list that actually used Scrying cards as a win con. Let me pull that up for you real quick.
Was it the Enduring Renewal?
No Enduring Renewal to be had, unfortunately. Where's Jens's deck? Okay, here we go. Open, copy image, send to. Come on, get out of here. There we go. Sending. Paste.
Okay.
So here's Jens's deck. So he has got. I'll read from the bottom row up. He's got 4 counter spells: Mana Drain, 2 Power Sink, Ancestral, Brain Geyser, Time Walk, 4 copies of Latinam's Legacy, 1 Recall, 1 Balance, 4 Swords of Plowshares, 4 Disenchant, 2 Moat, 3 Sacred Mesa, 1 Demonic Tutor, full set of Mana Rocks, 2 Felwar Stone, 1 Chaos Orb, Mind Twist, Black Lotus, 4 Factory, Library of Alexandria, 2 City of Brass, and his mana base of 2 plains, 2 basic islands, Strip Mine, 2 Underground Sea, Scrubland, and I believe 4 Tundra. I think those are Ultra Tundras.
So the Sacred Mesa is
the Sacred Mesa, is his win con. So he's just trying to stop everything you're doing and just make a whole lot of Pegasi. And
this reminds me of Ian's deck a lot.
This is nothing like Ian's. Ian's
Doesn't he
Ian's deck.
play? Oh, he played. No, he plays tower. He plays tower. Sorry,
Yeah,
sorry,
no,
sorry, sorry.
Ian's deck is far more obnoxious than this, unquestionably. Um,
Tax tower. Put some tax towers in there.
it's yeah, but it's so much more than that. Yeah, again, I was disappointed looking through these lists because there was just really what I would consider a dearth of scrying's cards, or even inventiveness. To be honest with you, I was hoping to see at least one spicy list, but I did take the time to look at each and every one of these, and they're all just incredibly medium. Um, so that's about all I have to say about that. So Arvika, that happened.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see if anybody brings some stuff next week. But
Yeah. So
I think we might. I think we might want Scrines to be more than it can be
I don't know,
because we
man. Like
say we say we're disappointed, but like, what are you gonna do?
there's still so many cards that I have. Not that there's tons of events, but there's so many cards I've not even seen used in decks at all. Like one of these lists that Arvika had a copy of Argivian Restoration, and like it like it got me all excited just because someone actually put it in a deck. But like no gestures, caps, in any of these lists. There's nothing fun going on. I mean, Magnus put a lot of time and thought into putting together this curated card pool, and maybe it was
We're stupor.
Stupa. There were two mono
Stupor.
black lists that did play 4 and 3. Um, here, I'll send you this one real quick, Andy. Only because the gentleman who submitted this deck called it black nonsense, and then under the comments he wrote probably the worst deck.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Hold on, I'm sending it to you now.
We should do. You
Yeah,
know what we should do? We should do. Oh, I'm looking at the list that you just sent me.
yeah.
Um,
So this probably the worst deck is 4 copies of Sewer Rats, 4 Order of the Ebon Hand, 4 Black Knight, 4 Hypnotic Spectre, 4 Choking Sands, 4 Sinkholes, um,
well, see,
4 Dark
isn't
Ritual.
aren't plague rats just better than sewer rats? What does
Mm,
sewer rats
no,
do?
no, no. Sewer Rats is a 1/1 for 1 black that you could pump up to I think 3,
Oh, okay.
I believe.
All right, yeah, that's
Um,
better.
yeah.
What we
Uh,
should do, I wonder if we have a tier power. Has anybody done a power rating on the Scryings cards?
No, that would be a fun thing to do ahead of apart from the sisters meetup we're doing next Saturday, Swedish/Scryings. There is the Philly old school crew are doing an actual Scryings event March 15th, which is getting a lot of signups. I'm excited. I think we're going to see a lot of spice there. But doing a Scryings power ranking would be fun.
So let's after the wait. When is the Stormcrow thing?
Stormcrow is March 15th.
Okay, so it's coming up. So
Yeah.
we will have some more data,
Yeah.
and we also have the meetup coming up next week. We can compile a power rankings list for next episode. S tier.
Yeah, I
And
mean,
I guess we can do S tier compared to not all of old school, but just restricted to the Scrines pool. And then
one of the other Scryings lists was a white weenie deck that
did they play
included
Imperial armor?
no, but it had Icatian Javelineers in it, which is not in the Scryings card pool.
Oh, it's Fallen Empire, so it's not in the. It's tough. There's so many Magic formats.
Yeah, it was just funny to see a Swedish pile with Javelineers for Scryings when it's not in the
Freewind Falcon. Freewind Falcon is good.
Yeah. Yeah, Scryings is interesting for us in that, like, it includes so many of the cards that we play in Atlantic all the time from Fallen Empires that like don't seem to get used as much in Scrying's list because we're used to playing them in Atlantic. So like you don't tend to pick them as Scrying's cards, but there's a lot of good ones in there. Obviously, like Org and the black and white orders.
Pacifism.
Pacifism is.
Sacred Mesa tie, obviously. I'm just like scrolling quickly through these.
Oh yeah, I mean,
Chronotog. We didn't see a Stasis Chronotog build.
I have a feeling we'll be seeing one at Stormcrow Cup. I know Nate Gates, who's one of the higher ups in the Philly crew. That's one of his pet decks. So I'm hoping to see something spicy with that. I mean, obviously Riverbow is just a beating, as is Primal Order. Although I did hear on the Monster of the Week pod that Primal Order is it can be kind of dirtily and slow, although it also can just be an absolute beating. I mean, it's like slamming a karma against the mono black player. So
yeah, we'll see what happens. But I think that's a good idea. Let's pin that. We'll work on it for next episode, and we will have for all of our followers.
We swear to you out there, scryings is fun. It is not a massive investment. You could buy a lot of these cards for like, you could like load up your TCG cart, spend like $50 and get like 75% of the scryings card pool. It's you know, we're playing with the same damn 200 cards, you know, from 30 years ago. It's nice to add something in there and have fun with it.
I think a lot of people are just like, oh, we're over it. Nah, forget scryings. Whatever.
Yeah,
we just go play sorcery.
Oh, no one's doing that. I know we're probably gonna wrap this up, but I don't know what you've been dealing with, Andy, but I know you and I have discussed this. But
look at this!
Finally,
look at this guy.
Finally finished my set of chains. Shout out to Mike Van Dyke for unloading his Italian copies. I was able to get my last one. So as I do with a lot of Legends rares that are expensive, I did two English, 2 Italian. But I'm happy to start slamming these around. I was thinking about using them for Stormcrow, but apparently Ty wants to borrow them for his sideboard, so I'm not going to change.
So he's going to use them?
Yeah. Not to blow up his tech. No one that's going to be there is going to listen to this anyway. And this
won't be out. This won't be out before. I can guarantee it will not be out.
Screw you anyway, Ty. I know you're not even going to listen to this. The other cool thing I got was these awesome disenchants done by Mitch Krasovsky. MGL.
Oh yeah. Well, so we got a which one is that one? Oh, that's a trike.
No, it's a factory.
What is that?
It's a factory.
Oh.
So he did these cool disenchant altars with common disenchant targets altered.
Factory.
There's the
trike.
I know it's kind of hard to see with the glare in here. Then we got a Suchi.
Okay.
Suchi and a
Chaos Orb. Nice.
Yeah, pretty sweet. I mean, they're really nice to look. They're satisfying to look at.
Are those beta or unlimited?
No, he blacked out unlimited.
Okay.
Order. So someone apparently there was a lot of people were upset these went so quickly, but Mitch had messaged me about something else like right when he posted these, and I was like, dude, let me get those disenchants. And I think a lot of people are jealous that I snaked them. Someone very humorously commented, Jandor Saddlebags probably just missed the cut at number 5.
Yeah, just barely. Just barely. So bad.
What are you up to? Our own Andy Baccaro's got some cards up on the market right now. He's trying to sell
I'm selling some cards.
What are you buying?
I'm purchasing some other Magic cards.
Why don't you want to talk about it?
No, I'm not one to put my business out there, but we are trying to raise money. I got an interesting offer for my cards.
The ones you're selling.
Yeah, I got an interesting offer for a piece of original art, but
really,
it was interesting. It gave me pause. I was like, it's always cool, but that's a rough road, man.
It's not. But also, if it's not what you're trying to do, that's kind of a hard pivot, right?
It's cool. I think Magic art, people who are into it.
It's a slippery slope.
I think it's cool because I think it's awesome to own a piece of Magic history, and to say, hey, I have the original art of this card, whatever, blah blah blah. and to know it's like the only one out there, and
Yeah.
there's something really cool about that. But again, it's something that is not going to move, and
Right.
you're buying it and you're gonna keep it for years.
Right.
You may
Which
sell it, yeah, but that's not. I don't think that's
can you
where.
disclose what piece of, or is that
No,
going
I'm
to
not
give
gonna
up?
say, but
Okay.
but uh, but I
Andy's
think
like
you have to.
Andy's like the CIA, by the way. Like
I, I think
no information leaks out of this man.
my 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 viewpoint is that if you're gonna get magic art, it has to, at least for me, it has to speak to you, and it has to be like, oh yeah, like this,
Right.
this is something I love. This is something that means something to me, and not to say that all, just certain arts that speak to you, and they're
Yeah.
all cool,
Yeah.
but
No,
but
being an art lover myself, like my entire home is completely like pasted in abstract
right.
artwork. But I wouldn't want to have a card
But it's
or
like you
an
lock
art
up a
just to
certain
have it.
amount of money into that, and
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And
it's not
it would be something I want, not like just get one to have it.
it's not as liquid
No, no, no.
as cards.
I saw Charles. I think it's Charles Klein, who always has always all sorts of magic oddities. He's selling repaints of repaints done by the original artist of Icy Manipulator, and I'm forgetting the other card off the top of my head right now. But like he's selling those.
Air elemental.
It is an elemental. Yeah, I think he's selling those for like
Yeah,
4,500, $5,000. So like for a
it's
repaint
just
from 5 years ago,
it's
that seems crazy.
it's a different world, It's a
Yeah.
different world, and it's I don't think I want to. I mean, who knows? Maybe in a couple years I will get some artwork, because
You're not going to get into that.
who knows? I'm not gonna, maybe
I'm
not, maybe not.
I'm telling you,
It's not gonna happen.
It's not gonna happen.
Yeah, maybe something cool. What would you? I'm trying to think. Maybe Fallen Empire. I'm staring at. You know what I'm staring at right now? That I wouldn't mind to have the artwork of. Order of the Ebon Hand, the Ron Spence.
Ron Spencer, yeah,
That's a cool one.
That would be like highly sought after.
But again, yeah, it's highly sought after.
Yeah,
Pox would be good, but also
Pox would be
probably highly sought after.
Yeah,
because isn't it like a legacy or something?
Yeah. Pox is still like a thing-ish, and like I think like legacy or something like that, right?
Yeah. Darylor might be cool.
Darylor is another one that people would be banging a door down.
I'm trying to pick. It's all about picking the artwork that is cool to you and means something, but other people really don't.
Here's I feel like what I'm sending you right now, Andy. This would if you like had an OG art. This might be you.
You sent me a pic of Thornthallid by Jesper Meerforce. I didn't even know this is not even an option. I usually use the symmetrical one. Who did that one? The purple one?
Yeah, who is that?
Whoever did that one. That's the one that usually makes it into my decks.
That Daniel Gelon.
Daniel Gelon.
Yeah.
He had some artist proofs that I almost bought, and I was like, all right, I'll come back. And I came back and they were gone.
Really?
Yeah. Paul picked up some Fountain of Youth.
Really? He still had Fountain.
He still had Fountain of Youth.
Wow.
Should have grabbed it, but it's fine.
That's pretty sweet.
Big deal. Deflection. That would be. I would.
Yeah.
I would consider buying that.
I don't remember.
But I don't know how to price these things out. Who knows how to do this? You can't. It all depends on how much you want to spend, and how many other people want it.
It's art, Andy.
Art is a whole other world that I do not want to get into.
It's in the bank account of the beholder.
Aeron the Relentless, Goblin Grenade would be good. I'm just looking at these Scrying's cards and seeing if there's any cool art that.
The Ron Spencer Goblin Grenade.
Autumn Willow might be cool.
Yeah.
Because it was. But this is not something anybody would want. I'm just trying to pick a card.
Well, so I mean, Autumn Willow is kind of interesting because the history behind that. Like Autumn Willow is actually.
It was actually a real person.
Margaret Organ King depicting Kaya Folio.
Oh, okay.
So that one's like wheels within wheels.
What else? Can't really see much. Stormbind would be crazy.
Stormbound Sweet.
Jester's Cap, but that's probably going to fetch a premium.
Yeah, that card's just ridiculously iconic from being plastered over.
I played one last thing about this. I'm just looking at these Ice Age. I did get a chance to play a Ice Age pre-constructed cube.
Really?
I did manage to get a cube fired off. I brought my cube to
Nice.
Chalice, and I did get a cube. I got some good feedback. I got some cards that are going to get knocked out of my cube.
Like your Legends ones, or
yeah, I don't think Plague Rats is not good. People have tried it.
how many Plague Rats are in your cube?
There's 4, but you need at least 6 in your deck to be.
And it's that still sucks. What are you doing with that?
Well, if you have 8, this is ridiculous. It's too
yeah.
But you have to draft all of them. No, granted, nobody's going to draft them, and you're probably going to get all the Plague Rats. But what if you open up and there's 2? Anyway, whatever. I just don't think they're working out. So and it frees up 4 spaces. So I'm gonna get those out of there. There's a couple other cards that I need to get rid of and add. So I'm gonna do. So I got some good feedback, and I'm gonna change it up. But I did get to also play a pre-constructed Ice Age. I think it was Ice Age block.
Okay.
Cube where you get, and I don't know whose cube it was. I want to say maybe it was. Actually, I don't know. I don't know who it was. But I played against Ty round 1, and I got it was like the worst match. It was so bad. We had pretty much the same deck, except his deck was tuned to be better, and it was a black-white with Withering Wisps.
Okay.
It's the Pestilence, and Ivory Gargoyles with Zurin Orbs and stuff, and Swords, Disenchant Knights and stuff. But his was better because it was playing Necro. I was like,
sure.
I was like, okay, I don't have a Necro in my deck. I don't think I could beat this. But that was interesting. And then I played against another deck. I think it was green. That was more fun because it wasn't like the mirror. But that was interesting. I'm not sure where they got the pre-constructed decks from. Maybe some old deck lists from Scryings or something. But
they were so it was because there weren't.
It may have been Simon Christie's cube. I don't know.
Because there weren't pre-cons then.
No, but just like if you look at the old Inquest magazines. Decks that did well, probably. Maybe they got it off that. I have no idea.
Killer decks.
Killer decks.
Yeah.
And which I think that the idea was awesome because you don't have to draft anything. It's like, here's a deck, just pick it, and it comes in a deck box like this, and you shuffle up, and there's one card that says everything that's in the deck, and you just play.
I think that's what I'm gonna do. I had my designs set on making a cube with the cards that I'd have to. I didn't come prepared with this, but the gentleman had done an episode on All Things Considered quite a while ago. Scandinavian guy, but he had done like newer cards, but he had reformatted them all to like be old school cards. Mm-hmm. And there was a website. I think it was something Black Core.
Yeah,
but they were all taken down for some reason. I don't know if it was for copyright or what, but they were super sweet. And I had all the templates done and like saved, and I didn't get to print them out. And when I got back to it, they had all been wiped out, and I couldn't use them anymore. So I think instead of doing that, I'm actually gonna. I've been buying up these, like pre-con decks for a while now. So I think I'm gonna take these and spice them up with some better cards and just like make a battle box with these like pre-con decks. Just seems like a fun thing to do. But
just Exodus or what?
No. I got a bunch of them, like Urza's Destiny, Stronghold, Urza's Legacy, like all these kind of things. But like most of them are pretty crappy, so you gotta make them a little bit better. But I think I'm gonna do that.
Yeah, and you get a deck, you get like a brick, right? So you have 8 decks there, and you just hand them out,
Yeah.
and people take your cards, and then you.
It's a, yeah. I don't know. It's a fun thing to do. Like I want to have a cube. Andy Blaufarb's talking about selling his like like what the hell is it called?
Legacy
Uh,
cube.
yeah. With like the power is proxy, but all the rest of it's real. He's talking about selling that, so I'm maybe considering that too. I would like to have one. Like how often I get to do it, but it's like it's just sweet to have one. I'm kind of jealous of you guys that have these awesome cubes, and I'm too lazy to actually put one together for myself. So just buy one. Buy one.
It's a labor of love. You spend way too much time
Yeah,
in doing it and making it and setting it up, and then you play once, twice a year.
I got demoralized with the whole thing that I'd done with all the templating because like I probably spent 80 hours selecting how many of each card and putting them all like in the templates and everything. And
Oh,
yeah. It got completely like
it's like writing a book report, and like 7 pages in. Oh, this is over, and it
yeah. Then the dog ate my
crashes.
computer.
It
Yeah,
crashes. Didn't autosave.
yeah. It was pretty
The
demoralizing.
only the only good thing about that is that the next time you do it, it'll be faster because you've already gone through the thought process.
I want to. The cards are so sweet that I really want to reach out to that guy. I know it's on Mano's the website. It was before it got ported over to like podcast things. And
So you're
I
just looking for the images.
well the cards. So like it was modern cards, but they were all done with new art in like old school formatting. And
Oh
like and
yeah,
like
if you, I thought you figured out what you wanted in your cube. You had everything set, and then you were just.
I did. So like a part of it was also his, the card list that he had made into these. So I would need that as well as the arts to get the printed. And I think this guy had made a bunch of these in cube form to give out. I think he made like a dozen or 24 of them that he gave out to his friends or whatever. But I'm curious as to why the templates were taken off the internet. So
You know has a lot of stuff, and I feel does that Greg Titcomb. Uh, what is it? Birds of Paradise
yeah.
icon. He's got a lot of stuff. He helped me out with a lot of just like templates and stuff. He might have some stuff, but if you don't get a hold of this guy, but yeah, I definitely go for it. I think if you're gonna print up anything, you should just print up the whole thing instead of just mixing it up like with
There
these
was
Exodus
well
things.
there was so many of them, and like they had templates for both like beta style and unlimited. So some were white border and some were black border. It took me a long time to go through the pages and pages and pages of these things. But then in order to make that you make like 9 card templates for them to be printed. So like again, like every card that I wanted in the exact amount that I wanted. It took effing forever, and now it's just fucking gone. But I don't know. Maybe I'll get the will to do it again. I'll have to reach out to that guy and see if I can get those because like the cards are sweet. The cards and the arts were sweet, and the cards that he had picked from modern sets to pull into the old school card pool were really sweet. Um,
Well, sign me up.
sure,
I'm ready to draft. I'm there.
sweet.
I'm there. But I think that's all we have. I did get some feedback on our fun of one ofs.
Did you?
I did. And
And
apparently,
have we only done like one so far?
I think we've done 2.
Okay. Yeah. One.
We
One.
kind of did. We kind of did one.
We did like a few on the one instead of just like one
Right.
fun of one of. We did fun of many.
So people
So
are liking the fun of one ofs.
okay.
And by people, I mean like the 2 people that gave me feedback.
Okay.
So I don't know if, because I was like, this is all right, but it's not
I
that
think
great. But people like that.
I think it's a great segment. Do you have a fun of one of that we could staple to the end of this episode?
Uh, do I have a fun of one of? Let me see if I do. Let's let's see what I'm pulling up some mana stack. Pulling up mana stack to see if I got some new decks here that I can bring up. I think if I had to, I think, see, my gut reaction was fork.
Sure.
But right now, I just don't think fork has been pushed enough. So I'm going with like 3 forks right now. Like it's past the 1-of. I just want to see how it does. In a mono red control build.
I've in my experience, like if I'm casting fork, I want to be casting more than 1 fork. I mean, I guess it's fine. Like you definitely see it in like this spiky 12 bolt list that like never run it. I feel like it would be good there, right? Like just double up a side blast, for the W. But yeah, if I'm playing fork, I'm usually going 3 or 4. It's just soup to nuts.
Right. That's where I'm at right now.
So that's not a fun of 1-of then, Andy.
I mean, it could be because it's not even played. Nobody uses it. You can even use it in Scrines, Pox fork. But you can do a lot of stuff with it. I don't think that I have much else right now. We can do Scrines, fun of 1-of.
Well, we'll do that next episode.
Next time.
Yeah. Well,
we might be killing this whole Scrines thing. You just gotta. We have to
beat people.
No, I think it's too much. We're gonna lose viewers.
I know.
We're gonna do. You know what we should do? We should do a sorcery podcast, even though we don't play. We'll put that in the back burner.
Yeah.
Or maybe we'll title it sorcery, and have everybody really click on it, but it's just clickbait.
The uncontested realm. Well, not that you care, but
go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, I found the other one of the fun of 1-of that I meant to say instead of is Arena.
Arena's great. Yeah, we've been talking about this.
Arena is so good. We should probably say what it does because probably people don't.
Arena, for those of you who don't know, I'm sure
was a Harper Prism.
On the Harper Prism, yeah, promo card.
And it's a land. Spend 3 tap, choose one of your creatures, and have your opponents choose one of his or her creatures. Both target creatures become tapped. Your creatures do damage. Your creature does its power in damage to your opponent's creature, and your opponent's creature does its power and damage to yours. So basically, they fight. They become tapped and fight, and it's a land. So,
but it's my understanding that you could arena an already tapped creature.
Correct. It does not have to be a tapped creature. It's just a target creature.
So I think one thing I'd seen discussed just very recently in the Sisters Discord was like, swing with Senger, activate arena on Dib. You know what I mean? Eat the Dib and then hit for 5. Pretty sweet.
Correct. It also does not remove the creature from combat, so you're still attacking. It just taps it, and it works well with things like Royal Assassin. It works well with regenerators that you could do it pre-combat because it'll tap their creature so they can attack. So it works well with regenerators. Things you can do.
I'm actually playing a 7-point league in Guildhouse right now, and I'm playing a match right after this, and this is my 7-point deck. So,
why does the arena look so weird?
It's a time shifted copy. I know.
Ugh. All right, I guess we know what you're buying at TCG.
I need to get a real arena. Yeah, but It is a fun card with combos nicely. I got Royal Assassin here. I got the Wretched.
I guarantee you.
Yeah.
Oh, it also works with Cockatrice, with Thicket Basilisk, with Infernal Medusa. If you want to
Yeah.
stay in black, killing their creatures. Actually no, it does not.
No, it has to be,
because it has to be blocked.
blocked.
Yeah, blocked. So okay, yeah, sorry, it does not. It does not work.
I got her in here anyway, just because she's sweet.
That only triggers if they're blocked or
Correct.
blocking.
Yeah, they're combat only.
Yeah. But anyway, I guarantee that your opponent will not. We barely know what it does, so your opponent will not know what it does, and it will be a surprise when you do some sort of combat tricks before, after combat, during combat, all that stuff. So that is my fun of one of for the week, for the month. I mean,
do I get to do one, or are we just gonna close it out?
If you want, if you have one, I didn't want to put you on the spot, but
I mean, my decks are typically always have some funsy onesie in there, but to go from my Spice Master Winter Derby deck, my fun of one of in that list, which is great, it was Resurrection. White 2 sorcery, bring a creature from the graveyard directly into play. I mean, there's nothing better than casting a Sarah, have your opponent side blast it, and then bringing it back for one less mana on the next turn. It proved to be a great card for me in that deck. But I mean, you could shoehorn it in any deck really. It's like, sweet card. I honestly think it's underplayed. I can't imagine anyone would say it's just patently bad. But if that's the case, it's too much play.
It's not an enchantment. You can do. I don't know if you can do a reanimator, a mono white reanimator, maybe. Personal inks, maybe Bazaars, Sarah's, things like that. I don't know. There might be something there. Maybe.
I like it, and I almost never see it played. But every time I do cast it, everyone's like, "Damn, Resurrection!" Like, yeah, dude.
Yeah. Do you play Death Ward? That.
I did not have Death Ward in that particular deck, but it's definitely another one that bears consideration
the aha. In the same vein.
Yes. The gotcha moment.
All right, I think that ends our our fun of one of segment, and I think we're gonna call it there. And I want to thank everybody for tuning in yet again. If you're still listening to our podcast, then
God bless you.
Bless you. Blessings be upon you. Don't forget, bottomlessvault.com. Click and subscribe. Spread the word. And thanks a lot.
See you later. Episode 4 in the books. Another banger.